An I-Team investigation continues tonight. Major developments on a land lease issue rocking a Palm Springs community.
And tonight, legal action is being taken against the tribal landowner of Saddlerock Estates on behalf of dozens of homeowners. I-Team investigator Peter Dowd just spoke with the attorney leading the challenge. And Peter, I understand now this battle moves from here in the valley to Washington, D.C.
Yeah, that's right, John and Karen. It all centers around this master lease created more than 50 years ago. The management company Hallview is a co-signer on the agreement, which covers Saddlerock Estates and 2 other communities on tribal land. Hallview is the company that paid for developing the area, and now they have filed a formal appeal with the U.S. Bureau of Indian Affairs, arguing the tribal landowner violated the master lease by negotiating directly with homeowners and excluding Hallview from the process. As we reported, the proposed renewal at Saddlerock Estates would more than double monthly land rent and require a $100,000 signing fee plus $15,000 in attorney's fees per home. Homeowners were given just a few months to decide. If they did not sign, their current lease would expire in 16 years and they would have to walk away from their homes with no compensation. The landowner's attorney has previously told News Channel 3 that the original lease locked in below market rent for decades and claims the HOA walked away from negotiations for years. But Hallview's attorney says the landowner could not legally bypass the company because individual subleases were signed with Hallview, not directly with the landowner. He claims the master lease required negotiations to go through Hallview and accuses the landowner of sidestepping that agreement by rushing it through without giving proper notice and using scare tactics to try to coerce homeowners into signing.
We had clearly defined terms, and if you don't like those terms, you can't unilaterally just change those terms on your own. As a landowner, you're a party to an agreement with Hallview, and if you don't think the terms are fair and reasonable and up to market conditions, then you negotiate. And you negotiate in good faith, and you figure out a means to adjust those terms.
So what you're saying is the tribal landowner should have worked with Hallview in coming up with this lease renewal offer.
Correct. Because what he's doing, effectively, it's changing the terms of the original agreement between Hallview, or the party to that master lease, and the landowner, right?
And as you just heard, he claims the master lease required negotiations to go through Hallview, and he accuses the landowner of sidestepping that agreement, rushing it through without giving proper notice, and using scare tactics to try to coerce homeowners into signing. So when Hallview found out about this lease renewal offer, what was the reaction?
We were never officially notified about it. And it was only through the residents coming to the other residents saying, hey, did you get this letter? What do you think about this letter? That's how it came about, right? Where the homeowners were, oh my God, I have to pay $100,000 to continue living here plus additional rent, or I lose my house. It was such a scare tactic and pushed through so quickly that Hallview had barely time to react.
I did reach out to the landowner's attorney, David Jacobs, about Hallview's appeal and what the company is alleging. He told me he has no comment at this time. I also contacted the Bureau of Indian Affairs and the Agua Caliente Band of Kauai Indians. Neither responded. A decision from the BIA could take months, and in the meantime, the legal uncertainty continues for dozens of homeowners. Of course, News Channel 3 will continue to follow this story and provide any updates. To see my previous I-Team investigations on Saddlerock Estates, head to KESQ.com. For the I-Team, Peter Dowd, News Channel 3.